meteorologist Stephen Jones.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones filling in for Chase this evening. Starting off with our time lapse, you can see pretty cloudy day out there across the Concho Valley, and a lot of that Pacific moisture flooding overhead, leading to some storms and showers trying to fire off towards the east. Right now, it looks just over towards Mason County here in San Angelo, staying dry throughout the day of Friday, getting up into those 90s and even off towards the I-10 corridor, pushing up towards that 100-degree mark over towards Junction just about 30 minutes ago, down to 96 there, now 93 here in town, 89 just off towards the east in Eden, and looks like 88 going to be that cool spot for both El Dorado and Sonora. So about that 10 degrees across the Concho Valley, starting to cool off now as we go closer to the overnight hours. And looking at our moisture levels, we do have the dry line already starting to set up. This is what's trying to fire off some of those storms. 34-degree dew point, pretty dry up in Sterling City, and then almost a 30-degree run as we work towards the southeast. 66 actually past that 30-degree mark there towards Menard. Relative humidity indices off towards the 40s to the east and off towards the teens and even less as you work your way towards the west. So we have this dry line setting up, and looking at that moisture tracker, this is going to be that firing mechanism for the storms we're watching for this weekend. Take a look at our moisture tracker over the next 72 hours. You can see this dry line working back and forth across the Concho Valley. This is tomorrow afternoon. Depending on where it sets up is where those storms are going to fire off. Right now, the models have it just to the east of San Angelo, but this could easily just be a little bit further west right overhead, or maybe even a little bit further east. So we're going to be watching that pretty closely, and really through Sunday and Monday dealing with more of that same action, that dry line action, trying to fire off some storms until it starts to slide a little bit off towards the east on Monday, and that's when things look to clear out. When we're looking at that severe weather outlook for today, really targeting areas off towards the east, mainly Brady and McCulloch County, and off towards Mason as well, then off towards the northeast with that level 1 out of 5 risk, and then level 2 out of 5 risk as you make your way closer towards the Metroplex. For tomorrow, more of that level 2 out of 5 risk, that slight risk, moving into town here in San Angelo, El Dorado, even down towards Kimball County, and off towards the northeast is where we're going to be watching for some more of that severe weather, and not going to be done as we go through tomorrow either. Take a look here Sunday as well. The entire Concho Valley going to be included in that level 1 out of 5 risk. So want to stay weather aware this weekend. Main threats are going to be hail and high winds as with these dry lines firing off some of these storms. As far as the national satellite, you can see tornado watch boxes going off over towards Missouri. St. Louis had a tornado or at least some severe thunderstorm damage, and off across the Lone Star State, we do have this severe thunderstorm watch box just off towards the east right now. And looking at that radar, you can see pretty well where it goes through the Metroplex and even close to the Concho Valley there in Mason County. We're getting a severe thunderstorm warning now with some of that hail is what it's looking like with that one right now, up to some of that golf ball size potentially. It was looking like walnut sized earlier. Across the rest of the Concho Valley, sitting pretty dry right now with just maybe some of that Virgo working into the area. When we're looking at the future cast, that's what we're watching for, is some of these dry line storms trying to fire off. Going into tomorrow afternoon, here's where we're watching it, maybe 4, 5, 6 p.m. Right now, it wants it to fire off near Sonora or so, but we're going to see exactly where these storms are firing off. Going to be pretty spotty in nature. And then as we go into Sunday, going to be more of that action with as we go into Sunday afternoon, looking for some of that rain and showers and storms going into the afternoon. For tonight, under mostly cloudy skies, getting down into those upper 60s, pretty mild and calm out there with winds out of the southwest about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow, pretty warm, 97 degrees, and we're watching for some of those storms. Some of us are going to stay completely dry, and others may be getting a good downpour as those storms are working through, of course. And as we work through the 7-day forecast, the next couple of days, that's what we're going to be dealing with some of these afternoon thunderstorms. Potentially by Monday, it's sliding off towards the east, and then we get a little bit of a cool down there Tuesday into Wednesday with some of those upper 80s, but things heat back up as we head into the back half of that third week of May. That's going to be all for your 7-day forecast, but stick around for more KSAN news right after this break.